morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Stomp your feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. Spin around, spin, spin, spin. Alright! Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Wash your hands, wash, wash, wash. Shake your hands, shake, shake, shake. Brush your teeth, brush, brush, brush. Alright! Good morning!
What a great morning it is. Yeah, it's pouring down rain here, though. I mean, pouring down rain. Shitter's full. Let there be light. Pouring down rain here. It started raining at like 9 o'clock last night. I woke up this morning, it was still raining. I looked at the weather, it's supposed to rain until like 10 o'clock tonight. So like 25 hours straight. Like in hard rain. You might even be able to hear it. I don't know, it's been pouring here though, but anyway, good morning, Nat. It's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right, it's me, Uncle Lou, live for you on LouTube today. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it also. And in addition to that as well, this is the morning show. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah. I think probably gonna expand this show at some point in the off season. As long as enough people keep watching once the season ends, I think I'm gonna expand this show to 5 days a week. I really like doing this show. So probably gonna expand it to 5 days a week sometime in January, or maybe we'll start it just like the 1st of February, go to 5 days a week, whatever. I figured out, but sometime around when the season ends. The call-in show, we do that Tuesday and Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern and Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern, but of course, no live shows this Saturday as Uncle Lou is hitting the road today. I'll be headed out of town for a couple of days, and I'll be back sometime Sunday afternoon, so no live shows Saturday this week, and there's potential that there won't be one next Saturday either. I should know that early next week. By Wednesday at the latest, I'll know for sure. So that's the live show schedule for the foreseeable future. Christmas right around the corner here. I hope you, listen, there's always a few deadbeats and degenerates that wake up on Christmas Eve and go, damn, I got to go to Walmart and do all my Christmas shopping today. Don't be that person. I hope you guys have gotten a jump on your Christmas shopping. We're about wrapped up here. A few more little things to get here and there, but we start early, though. We start early. Then we don't have to go out and buy everything all at once. Well, I say go out. We ordered most of the stuff online, mostly through Amazon, some stuff through a few other places, like if Amazon didn't have it or whatever. But we mostly, I would say probably 75% of what we buy for Christmas is online. And of that 75%, probably 90% is through Amazon, 10% other places if Amazon doesn't have it, or whatever. But we're just about wrapped up here, so we just got a few little things to pick up here and there, and we'll be done. The sponsor for today's show. What? There is no sponsor. What a shame. Email me, crazyunclelou@gmail.com if you're interested in sponsoring the show some kind of way. We'll work something out. It's not that hard. Anyone can do it. Literally anyone. So, anyway, what's going on with you guys? Appreciate y'all tuning in this morning. Matt Griffith, Mike Reiser, Celine Driver, Bears, Cubs, Canes, Dennis Wilson, Davis, The Joke, Good Morning, Sir, Alan V, John Gilbert, Snake Spencer 725, Lost Aggie. Appreciate all you guys tuning in this morning. I see a lot of you in the comments section here. Glitter Gator, what's up, buddy? Yeah. What are we going to do today? Well, it's TYPER Troll Friday. Yay! I need like an applause sound effect. And I can say it's TYPER Troll Friday. Yeah! I need to work on that. But it is TYPER Troll Friday. You know how this works on TYPER Troll Friday. I line up a TYPER troll from the comments section. At some point during the week, I get in touch with a TYPER troll from the comments section. We set up a time for them to call in on Friday. Friday rolls around, and there's about a 50% chance that TYPER troll will actually call in. Now, I have seen today's TYPER troll in the comments section, so I know they're awake. So I would say the chances that they call in has increased from 50% to about 80%. So we'll see at 8:15, 8 minutes from now, if they call in. Hope you guys got to see the Call-In Campus Bookstores video yesterday. I had a good time with that one, and I'll be doing more of those. I'll add that to the list of like recurring videos. You know, we have the comment on the comments series that I do. We have the things that irritate me videos that I do. We'll add this Call-In Campus Bookstores to the list. So I'll do some more of those. There was a lot of comments on that video about call this school, call that school, say this to this bookstore. So I'll take all those. I'll take all those recommendations under consideration for the next Call-In Campus Bookstore video. What else is going on? Award show last night. Award show, yes. Did you guys watch the ESPN award show last night? Who won all the awards? Let's figure it out. Maybe. If I can find the right screen to put up for you. Can't find anything when you're looking for it. That's the problem. Who won the awards last night? College football awards. LSU's Joe Burrow became the 17th player to take home both the Maxwell Award, that's Player of the Year, and Davey O'Brien Award, top quarterback in the same season, Thursday night, the 29th Annual Home Depot College Football Awards. No real surprise, and of course he will add to that list when he picks up the Heisman here pretty soon. This is one of the least suspenseful Heisman Trophy ceremonies coming up, I think, that we've seen in a while. I don't think there's anybody that thinks Joe Burrow's not winning. It could be one of the most lopsided votes in Heisman history, too. I don't think it'll be very close. But here's the list. Let's go through it. Maxwell Award, Joe Burrow. That's for the Player of the Year. The Chuck Bednarik Award, that's the Defensive Player of the Year. Chase Young, Ohio State. Again, no surprise at all to me there. I think he's the best player in all of college football. Joe Burrow's had an amazing season. I still think Chase Young is the best overall player. He wins the Bednarik Award for the Defensive Player of the Year. Well, we'll mention the runners-up, too. So Maxwell Award, Player of the Year, runner-up were Jalen Hurts and Chase Young. I'm surprised Jalen Hurts made this list. I'm going to be honest with you. Jalen Hurts is a good story. Everyone is pulling for him. He didn't have a great year, and especially compared to the year that the previous two quarterbacks had at Oklahoma, Jalen Hurts didn't have as good of a year as several other players, in my opinion. I think Jalen Hurts is going to get a lot of recognition in the postseason based off the fact that a lot of people are just pulling for him. In other words, Player of the Year, I don't think Jalen Hurts was one of the best three players of the year, and that's what they're trying to tell me here, that Joe Burrow won the Player of the Year. Chase Young and Jalen Hurts were the runner-up. I buy Chase Young, obviously. I don't buy that Jalen Hurts was one of the best 3 players in college football this year. I like Jay. Like I said, I like him. It's a good story. You can't help but root for him. He's not one of the best 3 players in college football this year, though. Bednarik Award goes to Chase Young. The runner-up was Derek Brown. Hard to argue there. Auburn, guys, a wrecking crew on a defensive line there. Same thing, Isaiah Simmons, Clemson. Hard to argue that. Those are 2 really good players there. I agree with the winner, though, Chase Young. I don't think anybody else really came close this year. Davey O'Brien Award for best quarterback. No surprise, Joe Burrow. Runner-up, Justin Fields. And then you have Jalen Hurts. Was Jalen Hurts the 3rd best quarterback this year? I don't think so. He had turnover problems. His numbers don't compare, I don't think, to Kyler Murray or Baker Mayfield from the year before. Again, I think this is a situation where he's getting votes here because it's a feel-good story. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with them voting him, though, I guess, for runner-up. But now, if he would have won, that would have been ridiculous. John Mackey Award, outstanding tight end. Harrison Bryant, FAU. I will freely admit I don't know a whole lot about him at all. I do like Brevin Jordan at Miami. He's one of the only bright spots they have, especially on the offensive side of the ball. He's a beast. Hunter Bryant, Washington. I think there are some bigger names at tight end that are left off of this list. I would, as far as the stats, and I don't know. I can't argue with this list because I don't feel like I'm informed enough to argue with it. But I do think these are 3 surprising names. Maybe not Brevin Jordan. People knew him. People knew his name heading into the season. These other 2, not so sure. I like the guy from Oklahoma, actually. Calcaterra, is that his name? Anyway, 3 good tight ends there. Jim Thorpe Award, Grant Delpit. I'm not surprised. He's going to be a very rich man here pretty soon. Jeff Okudah, Ohio State, and J.R. Reed at Georgia. I'll tell you what I don't see here. What is it? Best Defensive Back Award. Okay. I know LSU claims DBU. I know Ohio State puts a bunch of DBs in the NFL every year. But what school claims DBU that's not on this list? Florida Gators. Where you at, Gators? So in the last 2 seasons, Georgia has had the winner of this award. Last year, DeAndre Baker won this award. This year, they have the runner-up. Hey, Florida man. Georgia is more of DBU than you are. I'm just letting you know. Outland Trophy, most outstanding interior lineman, Panay Sewell, Oregon. I'm not surprised somebody from Oregon won the award. Oregon was widely considered to have one of the best 2 or 3 offensive lines in all of America this year. Really good offensive line. So no complaints there. Derek Brown again, Auburn. Tyler Biadasz, Wisconsin. I'm sure I'm saying that name wrong. Blitnikoff Award, outstanding receiver. There's a lot of good receivers this year. I do think Jamar Chase had the best season of any receiver this year, played out of his mind. CeeDee Lamb. Listen, without CeeDee Lamb, Oklahoma probably would have lost 3 games this year. That's how much of an impact he had on Oklahoma. Michael Pittman Jr., I think a lot of people forget about him because he's on the West Coast and USC, Southern Cal, has been down. I am surprised Jerry Jeudy's not on this list, and I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm an NFL team and I'm drafting a wide receiver and I can get anybody I want, I'm still taking Jerry Jeudy. I'm not taking anything away from Jamar Chase. He had a great year. He's a great receiver. He will play on Sundays. All of these guys will. I would still, for my money, I would still take Jerry Jeudy here. Doak Walker Award, outstanding running back, Jonathan Taylor. I'm not surprised. Now, this is a little surprising to me, and I'm going to be honest. I do think J.K. Dobbins and Chuba Hubbard are great running backs. In fact, when I talk about running backs all season long, of course, I've been talking about Jonathan Taylor for years, but I always say Jonathan Taylor, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, Chuba Hubbard. Those are the 5 I always named. I'm a little surprised that Etienne didn't end up on this list. Swift, I'm not so surprised about. Georgia sort of fell short, a couple of losses, but Clemson is undefeated. Travis Etienne averaged 7-8 yards per carry. He's truly been the best player on their offense over the course of the season. Trevor Lawrence and those wide receivers have really started clicking over the last 5 or 6 weeks. But Travis Etienne, even in the beginning of the season when Clemson was struggling offensively, Travis Etienne has been playing great all year. So I'm a little surprised he somehow got left off this list. That's the TYPER troll calling in. But hey, TYPER troll, give me a few more minutes just to finish running through this list. Or I'll call you back or whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the TYPER troll. I will let me finish running through these awards, TYPER troll, and then we'll get you on the phone. Okay. So if you're watching, call back when I'm done going through this list. There's only a couple more to do, or I'll call you back. Whatever. Just no, you call me back. Lou Groza Award. You don't know how happy this makes me. Outstanding place kicker Rodrigo Blankenship, who's been on this channel since 2016. If you've been on here since 2016, Rodrigo Blankenship's freshman year, then you have heard me talk about Rodrigo Blankenship for 4 years in a row. I absolutely love this guy. He was a walk-on in 2016. He wasn't even the starter at the beginning of the season, and we weren't very good in 2016. If you remember, that was Kirby's first year. We went 7-5 in the regular season, won our bowl game to finish 8-5. Weren't very good. Rodrigo wasn't even the starter to start the year. And our field goal kicker was terrible. I mean, he just was. It seemed like every game he was missing field goals. And finally, around week 4 or 5, they gave Rodrigo a chance. And as they say, the rest is history. And I fell in love with this guy right away. Hold on a second. This guy won't quit calling now. Yeah, TYPER troll in that.
Good morning, Uncle Lou.
Yeah.
Alan V.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. I was trying to tell you, but you weren't listening to the show. But let me finish talking about these awards, and then just wait on hold for a minute in that. It'll only take me another couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll be with you in a minute or two in that. Okay, so I've been talking about this guy since 2016, and I made a series of rant videos in 2016 about how ridiculous it was that this guy was not on scholarship. Half our team in 2016 seemed like to me didn't deserve the scholarship they had. I mean, we just weren't very good. And all this guy did was go out and make field goals constantly, over and over and over again. He single-handedly, we weren't good in 2016, like I said, 7-5. He single-handedly won half those games. At Kentucky, we beat Kentucky something like 16 or 17 or 18-6 or something. It was a weird score, but he had like 4 or 5 field goals in that game, including the game winner at the buzzer, literally as time was expiring to win that game. He won multiple other games for us that year, just like he continued to do every single year after that, and no scholarship. The season ended, and I said, "This guy better get a damn scholarship, or I'm gonna be beside myself." We didn't give him one. We went out, we signed a full recruiting class, didn't give him a scholarship. I was mad as hell. I was making rant videos. The 2017 season starts. I'm thinking, okay, every year at the beginning of college football season, you see these videos on ESPN or YouTube or whatever where these teams surprise players with a scholarship. They surprise a walk-on with a scholarship. I said, we're going to see something like that with Hot Rod the week of this first game of the year. Didn't happen. We played the first game. Hot Rod, still no Scully. I was beside myself, mad with Kirby. Week 2 on the road at Notre Dame. Didn't get a Scully the week heading into that game. Well, come to find out that right before the Notre Dame game, Kirby told him he was getting a scholarship. He goes out against Notre Dame and makes, how many field goals did he make against Notre Dame that year? 2? I think he ended up making 2 field. We won that game. What did we win that game? 20-17 or 20, whatever. It was close. And he finally got his scholarship. Very well deserved. End of 2017, he makes the 50-something yard field goal at the end of the first half of the Rose Bowl. Still the longest kick in Rose Bowl history. Rose Bowl been around 100 years. I mean, just amazing. Personality, his character, his look, everything was just unbelievable. In 2016, when people first started to notice him because of his look with the glasses and all, people would interview him after the game, and he would wear his helmet. It was the weirdest thing. So he just had all these quirks. Anyway, I've loved Hot Rod since the day he started playing for Georgia. If I live another 100 years, he'll always be one of my favorite players. And I'm happy for him that he got recognized here with an award and wins the Lou Groza Award for the outstanding place kicker. Barely edging out this guy, Keith Duncan from Iowa, Blake Mazza. You tried. I don't know what else to tell you. Remington Trophy, outstanding center. Tyler, this same guy from Wisconsin that won the other one up here, or was nominated up here for interior lineman. Matt Hennessy from Temple, Creed Humphrey from Oklahoma. And the Ray Guy Award, punter of the year, Max Duffy, Kentucky. Runner-up, Dane Roy, Houston. Sterling Hoffrichter, Syracuse. Fun fact, Ray Guy, first punter to ever get drafted in the NFL. Right? And he's from Thompson, Georgia, which is 30 minutes up the road from Uncle Lou. So he's a pretty famous guy around here. So anyway, those are the awards. Agreed? Disagreed? What would you say is the biggest snub in the awards show? Like, that's not right. He shouldn't have won. This guy should have won. I don't know. Y'all can let me know. TYPER Troll Friday. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Uncle Lou. Alan V here. How are you, sir?
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Alan V from the LouTube comment section. You know him. You love him. You hate him sometimes. You argue with him. He irritates you. But he is a faithful Uncle Lou. TYPER Troll and Alan V, it's good to have you on the show this morning.
Thanks so much, Uncle Lou. I would just like to start my my portion of the show by letting you know two things about Alan V.
Mm-hmm.
One, as a small child, I was an Oakland Raider fan in the 70s. I'm a little older than most of the subscribers of the Uncle Lou channel, so I can go back a little bit. But Ray Guy was my punter for the Oakland Raiders. I believe he was out of Colgate. I'm not sure, but I think he was the first punter drafted.
Yep.
And he was also a safety. So it was not unusual during punts for Ray Guy to hustle down the field and stick the man that caught the ball. That was a common thing back in the 70s.
Yeah. How did you become an Oakland fan? You're not from out that way, are you?
No,
Okay.
I am from Atlanta, but the Falcons were so terrible as a child. I just could not follow the Falcons. So I did what everybody does nowadays. I just went with the crowd back in the 70s and early 80s, and I jumped on the bandwagon, and I followed the Raiders probably throughout the 90s, and then I gave up on them when they started moving back to Los Angeles and everything like that. And I got away from pro football.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. That was when I cared about pro football. Let me tell you, sir, my family has never been prouder of fellow Sprayberry High School alumnus, Rodrigo Blankenship. Let me tell you a quick story. Rodrigo, like myself, is of course 30 years younger than me, but he is half Brazilian like I am. And when my parents first moved to Cobb County, of course my mom being Brazilian, she speaks Portuguese. Well, years later, after more and more Brazilians came to Cobb County, Rodrigo's mother lived one neighborhood away from my parents. So when she got married to Ken Blankenship, she used to call over to the house and sometimes need translation help because my mom was already established in this country. So it was not unusual for Rodrigo's mother to contact my mother and go over some daily, small daily things. So over the years, my parents have always stayed in touch. And, just knowing that this young man came from my community, it was quite an event yesterday to see him go all the way and win the Groza Award.
Well, the next time you talk to your parents, you let them know to let Rodrigo's parents know, to let Rodrigo know that he has Uncle Lou's full support, always and forever. And if there's any way I can get an autographed picture or a lock of his hair, that would be good too. But now let's play some inappropriate true or false. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, true or false, your mother cuts her meat with a sword.
That is false.
Are you sure?
My wife might use a sword, but not my mother.
Your wife is Brazilian too?
My wife is Nigerian.
Oh, well, now Brazilians cut meat with a sword, though.
They have those.
Do they not? Am I wrong?
Those restaurants. They have those restaurants. Those fogo de chao.
Have you ever been to one?
I have been to one. I won't say it's authentic, Lou. I've been to Brazil, and I've never seen anything like it. Back to my mom's country.
Those
I guess.
Those Brazilian restaurants, if you guys in the comment section don't know, it's wild. Like, you sit down and they literally like wheel a cart of meat up to your table, and like it's like half a cow. And if you tell them you want a T-bone, they whip out a sword and they cut you the T-bone off right there. It's the weirdest thing. But you say that wasn't your experience at home as a child, though, at least.
No.
Okay, I understand.
My mother was trying to learn to be an American and a citizen and learn English when I was a child.
Right.
And she did everything probably too American. And I grew up with typical hamburgers, hot dogs, beefaroni, Chef Boyardee, Twinkies, that kind of a thing. So she probably overdid the American culture, and I did not pick up enough of the Brazilian culture. I won't try to tell you that I speak Portuguese. I don't know if Rodrigo's mother taught him Portuguese, but my mom was learning English when I was a child, and we both learned English together.
Now, have you ever been there?
Oh yeah. I've gone back to Brazil, Rio, Sao Paulo, absolutely, and I've met my family down there. So that's part of growing up. But let me tell you, my wife, who is 19 years younger than me, Lou, I'll tell you this: she has been all around the world, and she has been to a restaurant somewhere in Africa. I don't know if it's Nigeria or some neighboring country, but there's a place called Carnivore where all you do is sit down and eat different meat delicacies from all over the planet, like one plate of this kind of ox, one plate of this kind of alligator, one plate of this kind of ostrich. It's just meat.
Interesting.
Very unusual.
Yeah. We'll get back to we'll get back to inappropriate true or false here in a minute, and keep in mind that you're not required to answer any of these questions. I'm just required to ask them.
Absolutely.
Now, you say you're married to a Nigerian.
Absolutely.
Okay. You met her here? Like she or was this an online thing? Again, you don't have to answer. You could tell me it's none of my business, but whatever.
No.
Okay.
It was absolutely an online thing. She traveled to and from her country all over the world and in America a couple times. And whenever time she was here, we met online and absolutely went forward from there.
Yeah. And Mrs. Lou, my wife, is hooked on that TV show 90 Day Fiancé. Are you familiar with this?
I am familiar.
Yeah. And that's kind of the premise of that show. You know, again, for those in the comments, if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, it's Americans, sometimes men, sometimes women, who meet someone of the meet someone from overseas through the internet, and they travel back and forth or whatever, and then one of them ends up moving to the other person's country, and you have 90 days to get married. At least that's the law in America. Once they move here, you have 90 days to get married, blah blah blah, get your visa. Anyway, it's interesting though. So okay, but back to inappropriate, true or false though. Keep in mind that you're not required to answer. I'm only required to ask. But your mother is Brazilian, so the people want to know, does she play beach volleyball in a G-string?
No, but when I was growing up, it was not unusual for her to do yard work in East Cobb in a bikini, whether it was cutting grass or clipping roses. My mom was 10 years younger than my father, and she was a very attractive woman, and she would not be out of the ordinary in wearing something that was very beachish or summerish, doing yard work. That was not unusual.
Yeah. And I can't I should know this, and I hope you don't take this as an insult. I can't remember. Are you a soccer fan or no?
I am, Uncle Lou. I think when you're half Brazilian, whether you're me, Rodrigo, whoever, the culture is soccer.
Yeah.
And even if you play it as a youth, like I did, I did not play it in high school. I switched over in middle school to American football. But as a youth, I think you're indoctrinated that it's in your blood. You have to like it. You have to play it. You're probably good at it. And I was terrible. I was always a defender. And I really didn't have a lot of interest in the game. But growing up, I did respect watching it, and I do like following all the soccer around the world on occasion on the television. Right now, besides the Atlanta United, which I enjoy watching, the U.S. women's national team is outrageously good. If you ever want to watch soccer played at the highest level, you've got to watch the U.S. women. They literally wipe out the rest of the world's women weekly, monthly, and they take all the silverware, all the gold, all the trophies. It's almost unfair what the U.S. women do on the soccer field.
Well, yeah, the women definitely dominate on the women's side, but of course, I mean, you're from Brazil, and again, those watching that don't know, people think about a lot of these European countries that are great, and they are. Germany, Spain, France, England. I mean, these countries have had amazing soccer teams over the decades or whatever. But Brazil is right up there with those teams in terms of men. I mean, some of the most famous names in the history of soccer. Pele. Some people think Ronaldinho was the greatest player of all time. Ronaldo more recently. Brazil has had some of the greatest soccer players ever.
Yeah, Brazil probably emphasizes soccer more than any country on the planet. I think they have 5 World Cups. But here's the funny thing. I don't know if it was a rebellious thing in my youth. I started following German soccer when I was in middle school, probably. I liked the way they played the game, more aggressive, long passes downfield, quick plays. Brazil plays more of a beautiful game, lots of ball movement and dance movement. It's almost like they have to win, and they have to win pretty if you're on Brazil. Germany's just the opposite. They're just very aggressive, and I like their offense back in the day, 70s, 80s, and it's just followed throughout my life. So my family will sit down and watch World Cup, whether I'm with my parents or whoever. I'll be there in a German jersey, and everybody else is wearing the green and gold.
Yeah.
So it's kind of uncomfortable when we all watch soccer together.
Yeah, I follow the German national team too. Mrs. Lou is German. I've mentioned that a bunch of times, and I was never a fan of soccer growing up. I never played it. I don't think I ever watched a soccer game on TV when I was little. I think the first The first time I ever even paid any attention to soccer was when the women really got dominant with Mia Hamm and Brandy Chastain and Hope Solo and all those girls. Or no, this was before Hope Solo. I think this was when what was the black goalie's name? Shoot, I can't remember her name now.
I know what you're talking about. Before the Hope Solo era.
Hope, yeah, this is when Mia Hamm and Brandy Chastain, and I can't remember the other goalie's name. But anyway, I watched some of that, but then I got married to Mrs. Lou, and within a year, in fact, I think it was about 6 months after we got married, we took a trip to Germany. We stayed over there for 3 weeks, and this was in November. And the World Cup was coming up the following summer, and Germany was hosting it that year. This was winter of 2005 when we went over there. The World Cup was going to be in Germany in the summer of 2006, so it was still 8 months away about at that time. And even at 8 months away, everywhere we went over there it was World Cup stuff everywhere. I mean, it's like we all know how big the Super Bowl is here in the U.S. and then how big it is around the world. It pales in comparison to what the World Cup is on a global scale. It's unbelievable how big and popular the World Cup is. But so while I was over there, I said, well, I'll buy a couple of German soccer shirts or whatever. Just, they're literally everywhere you go. So I bought some, and then when the World Cup rolled around that next summer, I said, well, I'll watch it. And, of course, the men's team sucked per usual. So I said, well, I'll pull for Germany, too. And I've been hooked on international soccer ever since then. And so this was back in 2006. So I still have a hard time getting into club soccer, team soccer. But I love international soccer. I still pull for the United States, and I hope they can get it together on the men's side, although not looking too good. Oh, if you guys ever want to see something funny, find that World Cup video I made when the men got eliminated that time and read some of the comments down there. That's the only video I've ever made that's went viral worldwide, because we lost to a South American team or something, and somehow it got spread around down there. There's a lot of comments down there you can't even understand, but some of them are hilarious. Stupid American, blah, 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 this kind of thing. Comments are hilarious. But yeah, I love soccer. So what else is going on? Christmas time coming up, Alan V. What are you going to do for Christmas this year?
Well, Lou, I'm one of your wait till the last minute shoppers. I literally don't buy any gifts until maybe Christmas Eve or maybe the day before that.
No, really?
Yeah. It's
that's terrible,
really a
bro.
tradition for me to wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
But it's the same old. I have a daughter who lives in the neighboring town of Ball Ground here in Cherokee County, and she is Cameroonian, believe it or not. So I have a very mixed family, and she's easy to shop for, easy to buy for. So I will be visiting with her. I see her on a daily basis, so she'll probably come to my place here in Woodstock, or maybe I'll go see her at her place. But yeah, it's a pretty small family now. My sister still lives in East Cobb, near Lassiter High School. My parents still live near Sprayberry. We can all get together very easily. We're all 10, 15 minutes away from each other, so it's no big stretch for the V family to get together and celebrate the holidays for Christmas. We keep it small and simple. No extravagant plans, no big trips, nothing like that. But how about yourself? Lou's are you going out of town for Christmas? You're gonna be back from your trip before Christmas?
Yeah, we're only going out of town for a couple of days this weekend, and we'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be here. My dad and my Mrs. Lou's parents will come over Christmas morning. I don't know, around. They don't come over early because we do our, the Santa stuff with the kids early in the morning here. But so they'll come over around 9 or 10. And we eat a big breakfast over here and hang out over here for a couple hours, and then everybody kind of goes their separate ways, and we just relax for a little while. And then later in the afternoon, we ride over to my brother's house, who actually lives in South Carolina, but it's only about 20 minutes away. And my dad's over there too, and we eat dinner over there. So that's our Christmas. We do Christmas Eve dinner at Mrs. Lou's parents' house, and so pretty much all day Christmas we spend with my family, and that's how we've been doing it the last few years, and it's been working out pretty good. That's what we're doing again this year, so that'll be good. Now, some people may not be aware of this, Alan V. Technically, yes, you are a TYPER troll, but you have been on YouTube.
Unfortunately, I heard Pigskin Pete made a video of me a couple years back. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't see it.
I didn't see that either, but you were on video this season.
I make it a hobby to visit as many SEC sports YouTubers as possible, both online and sometimes at real events. And I did go to Knoxville, where I lived for 1 year as a 5-year-old, believe it or not. And I visited Catfish and Billy and most of the BVD, most of the volunteer family up there for the Georgia-Tennessee game.
Yeah, I think Squidtard was there, right?
Squid ducked me. He ran and hid. I met the general. I met quite a few of the other people. But Squid was going to the game, and he was so excited about getting drilled at the game as far as score that he missed the get together with everybody. And then, of course, after the game, I left town and immediately came back. So
what were your so most people in the comment section know those people that you are talking about. They, BVD.
Sure.
Did you say, was Catfish there? I don't remember. Was he there?
Yes,
okay.
Catfish was there.
Okay. Tell us something about meeting, because I've never met any of those guys. I watch them like everybody else does. Tell us something about meeting BVD or Catfish. Something that stood out to you. Something. Were they taller than you thought? Were they fatter than you thought? No. Tell us something about their personality. Were they just like we see on video? Were they louder? Yeah. Were they quieter? Tell us something about BVD and Catfish.
No, I would say everybody I have ever met from YouTube, whether it's an SEC team or a rival team or whatever, they're all as genuine as you see. BVD, Catfish, Billy. Whether it's an athlete or a non-athlete, everybody's just as genuine as they can be. Everybody's just as cool and level-headed and nice. And I haven't ran into anybody that is like a Zoe or just, like a Lance from Jasper.
Yeah.
Somebody who's off the deep end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody I've met in my travels, whether they come this way or I go that way, has been just as genuine and level-headed and normally nice as you would see on YouTube or anywhere else. They might be an inch shorter or an inch taller or a little wider or whatever, but not even enough to notice. Everybody's just like they're portrayed on the video channel.
Yeah. And how tall is BVD?
He might be 5'9", 5'10".
Oh, that's taller than I thought he was a little shorter than that. I'll take your word for it, though.
I used to be 6 foot when I was younger, and I've started shrinking now that I've gotten older, but he might have been an inch or so shorter than me.
Okay. Yeah. I'd like to get together with BVD and Catfish, and Pigskin Pete's another one I'd like to hang out with.
Absolutely. I called Pigskin Pete on his show on the drive up to Knoxville, and he was saying the exact same thing. He's tied into their broadcast some sort of way, and he was like, I need to come west and go over there. I'm like, all y'all should get together sometime and have like a convention or something like that,
Yes, we need our own convention.
That would be great.
Yeah, we can have
at the end of the day, it's all about fellowship, brotherhood. We got some ladies on here, sisterhood, everybody getting together, have a good time. And for those people that just can't take the trash talking or the jokes or anything like that, forget them. It's all supposed to be in good fun.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing that and this hasn't happened often, but you mentioned Alonzo, and there's been really only maybe one or two others over the course of the time that I've been doing YouTube here that have fallen down that rabbit hole, and I don't understand why they do that. It's good for everybody involved if everyone just gets along. I'm talking about the video makers. Like, it's good for me to get along with Pete, because Pete's gonna attract some viewers that don't know who I am, and eventually maybe they'll find out because I go on Pete's show sometimes, or he comes on mine. And the same with BVD and so I've never understood why certain people just they approach it like people are the enemy or something. I don't know. They're just shooting themselves in the feet. Literally, in this case, would anyone be surprised if that dude shot himself in the foot? Seriously, I wouldn't.
No, he didn't look like much of a marksman.
No.
I'll be honest with you. He had the laser pointer out and everything. And there was lots in that picture that just showed he might shoot himself in the foot.
Yeah.
Barney Fife style from the Andy Griffith show or something like that.
Yeah, you think he had one bullet in each gun? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
No, they were both empty. They were both empty. You know, the biggest disappointment in my YouTube lifedom, Uncle Lou.
What's
the
that?
biggest disappointment. TJ LSU dad. Guy came on your show a couple summers ago. Did an interview, probably for an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it was.
It was a long one.
Everything was fine.
Yep.
Everything was just perfect. Then the fall comes, Georgia goes there, gets beat, and he gets raw and mad about it. Turns his channel off, gets upset, blocks people, loses to Bama, just disappears. 1 year later, his team's playing for the Natty. His team's going to be playing for the Natty. Where's he been?
Yeah.
He quit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was on the verge of big success. Everything was in front of him, and he pulls the cord.
Yeah. He made a very bad decision, in my opinion, about 2 years ago. I don't know if I quit watching him when he blocked me, which he blocked me before the Georgia LSU game, before we ever played LSU. I had him on, like you said, over the summer because we were playing LSU that year, and I had watched his videos for a while and enjoyed some of them. And so I had him on the show that summer for like an hour or whatever. And then when we got ready to play LSU a couple months later, I went to his channel to leave a comment, and I was blocked. And so I still don't know why or how, because he wasn't even a channel that I trolled ever. So I don't know what happened there. But he made a big mistake, and it doesn't really. I don't care what anybody's political views are, but the thing is, he's very political, and that's fine. That's great. But he actually came out, and this is his right and his prerogative to do it. So I just think it's a stupid YouTube move, I think. But he just came straight out and said, if you're a Republican and or a Trump supporter, I don't want you watching me. I don't want you commenting on my channel. I don't want you watching my channel. He was like, comment down below if you're a Republican or a Trump supporter. Comment down below so I can just block you. So of course, because other than football, politics is probably the thing people like to argue about the most. So of course everybody was in the comment section with the Trump 2020 routine and all that, and he went through and blocked every single one of them. And again, now we can I don't agree that, like, people say, well, I'm not even going to get into it, but it's just not good for business, really, on YouTube to do that. I used to do some political trolling on my Facebook page, and every once in a while I'll still do it, but nothing like what I used to do, because I found out real quick I can spend a week trashing whatever team, Florida. I mean, I could make 7 or 8 videos in a row about Florida and just completely trash them. they're not going to get nearly as mad about that as they would if I spend 3 seconds in a video making a political joke. Like, people completely lose their mind about politics. So I don't know. I just, it's crazy to me. I mean, he's a college football fan in the South. I'm sorry, but a lot of those people are Trump supporters. So you're cutting off half of your potential audience, at least, probably more, since LSU's a Southern team. You're probably cutting off more than half your audience by basically telling people. I mean, I don't like Donald Trump. I think he's embarrassing. But I don't care that you or anyone else in the comment section hates him, loves him, votes for him, didn't vote for him. I don't care. That does, what does that have to do with what I'm doing here? Nothing. But to just come out and say, I don't want you watching my football channel if you voted for such and such politician is just ridiculous. He just made a huge mistake there, in my opinion.
I think most people on the YouTube sports channels, especially college football, Southeastern college football especially, but nationally, we go there to not only enjoy the broadcast, whether it's the comedy moments that you or others put on there, or the information, but it's to get away from the politics or the religion, the things that can divide us, and it's to kind of find a common ground and talk about things that make us more alike.
Yeah.
And common. It's been a lot of fun following you and your progression from your channel when you made the early videos to the reaction videos to the format of more information and comedy and whatever. I've seen you grow throughout your channel, and it's brought a lot of people from other conferences, other schools, other regions to your network, and it's just a real good time to forget about things like politics and religion and the things that separate.
Yeah, yeah, and I learned that lesson the hard way. I'll be honest. That's a mistake that I made in the past. I remember when was it this past national title? I guess it was this past national title that Clemson won, and they had their White House dinner, and famously or infamously, Trump fed them fast food. And I mean, that's just funny. It's not a hate Trump thing. But that's just kind of funny. It's like, if you saw the picture, like, it's just funny. They're in this huge dining room in the White House with fancy china and Burger King bags. I mean, it's just funny, not because it's Trump. It just was funny. And I made a comment about Trump making Clemson players eat Happy Meals, and people just lost their mind. I mean, they just went, I'm unsubscribing. And it wasn't, I didn't even mean it as anything negative towards Trump. Like, I think it's funny anytime I see a 22-year-old man eating a Happy Meal. Like, I think that's funny. And just the picture was just funny, to be in this big formal dining room with, these big tiered trays, real silver, I'm sure, these like fancy trays that you would see at fancy weddings or something, lined with, Big Macs. Like, it just looked funny, not because it was Trump. It just looked funny. But
right.
But I made a joke about it, and people just lost their mind, and not just Clemson fans, just people in general. But so I used to make tinfoil hat videos where I would I did a whole series of videos during the election process last time. Because you had some real characters. I mean, you had Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders. I made a whole series of videos. Like, I made one video called "What If Bernie Sanders Wins?" Then I made a video called "What If Hillary Clinton Wins?" Then I made a video called "What If Donald Trump Wins?" none of them are actually about any of those people winning. It's just, I mean, the videos are weird as shit. I'm wearing a tinfoil hat and I'm mumbling about the Masons and, the Illuminati. I mean, it's clearly a joke. I mean, I'm literally wearing a homemade tinfoil hat. But in every one of those videos, if you go to the comment section, there's somebody in that comment section somewhere that's actually mad about something I said in that video, and they're jokes. But so anyway, the point is, I think you're right. We're so polarized as a country right now politically. I think if you're gonna do a college football thing on YouTube, you need to just completely remove politics from the picture. And that was a lesson I had to learn the hard way, like I mentioned, because it did cost me some subscribers, I'm sure, with some of the jokes I made. But to come out and just say, if you voted for this person, I don't want you watching my college football channel, is just ridiculous. I think. I mean, I just don't get it. It just, I don't know. It seems like career suicide. Shoot yourself in the foot. I don't know. I don't know why he did that.
I don't think they're in it for the long term. They were just doing it for fun, and they never even thought of it as a business or anything. They just
probably, I don't know.
They get burnt out or something. I don't really know what it is, but
yeah. Well, maybe that must have been when LSU was bad. Maybe they were losing to Troy that year or something. I don't know. So he couldn't really talk about LSU, I guess. So instead, he decided to blame everything on Trump supporters. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about that. 3 people have already unsubscribed, I'm sure. This guy's talking about politics again. He told me he wasn't going to do that no more. Thumbs down.
Lou, last time I called you, it was a Saturday morning, kind of a sleepy morning, against South Carolina. And I was joking around with you. And I said, you were asking me where the upsets of the day, and I said there weren't any upsets of the day, nothing that was top 20, nothing like that. But I said, there might be one right around here. And you were like, you got to be kidding me. South Carolina? And I said, 16 wins in a row, Lou. When's it going to stop? And then that day, bam.
Yeah.
I haven't called you since, man. I jinxed the team.
Yeah, it's your fault, to be honest. So
it's all my fault.
What are we going to do with you? I don't know. All right. Hey, before I let you go, because I always I try to ask everybody this. What was why are you on the Uncle Lou channel? How did you find this channel? What was the first video you saw, or did someone just tell you about Uncle Lou, or how did you discover the channel?
If I had to just think back, I would say, do you know, I think all your callers understand this. I'm older, but they motivation videos, like the hype videos, the ones that come out for the football team that are released, from the past, years in the past. I was watching motivational videos for the University of Georgia, watching, the hype videos. And then I think the YouTube site scrolled to one of your rage videos. This would be like a video of you demanding Mark Richt to actually step down. Let's move in a more positive direction, something like that. Let's not tread water. And I think after I watched a series of the reaction or rage videos, I just became a subscriber and watched from then on out. And I guess it was just the entertainment value, It was just, I discovered YouTube like so many of these youngsters have learned, and I don't watch TV anymore. There's nothing on TV that's better that you can react with or interact with than these shows that are on YouTube. I didn't understand why my 9-year-old wasn't watching TV. She was just looking at a phone or a computer screen.
My kids are the same way.
But once you get hooked on a certain subject or hobby or, whatever it is, there's no need to watch some sort of a sitcom that's not funny to begin with, or some sort of reality channel that's not real. Why not, interact with your favorite subject and correspond with others and it's a lot better time. So I
Yeah.
just found YouTube was better to pass the time than watching television.
The interactive part of YouTube, live shows, comment sections, things like that, have really helped YouTube, I think, as opposed to more traditional TV. The live shows have become. I mean, there's probably almost nowadays just as many live streams broadcast on YouTube as there is uploaded videos, and I mean that's a recent sort of trend. I mean, it used to be hardly anybody was doing live streams, and if they were, it was walking around with a camera and or something, a cell phone. But I mean, the live streaming portion of YouTube has come a long way in a short period of time, and I think a lot of it is what you said. It's the interaction. It's feeling like you're part. And I say this all the time, like I'm the one on camera, but this is everybody's show. Like there are people, I know this, people have told me this. There are people that watch these live shows on mute. They could care less what I'm saying. They're just here to argue in the comment section. Yeah. And I think that's great. Like that was sort of the idea I had when I got on YouTube. I was like, I like to trash talk. Let's create, people can come here. Let's keep it football. None of this, talking about people's mamas and calling people racial slurs or gay slurs. Forget all that. But you beat a team, then come here and let everyone know. Florida sucks. Georgia sucks. Arkansas sucks. Whatever. Tennessee's whatever. You come here, and so the interactive part of YouTube, I think, has really helped a lot. And my kids don't watch TV either. Mine are 10 or 12. They couldn't name a TV show. I mean, my son hasn't even had cable in his room in like 5 years, and I don't even think he knows it's gone. They watch Netflix and they watch YouTube. That's it. People say, "Oh, I can't wait to see Uncle Lou on ESPN one day." Why would I go on here? TV is a dying breed. YouTube
it is going away.
YouTube is in its infancy still. I think people that are, I don't know. Obviously, you make a lot more money on TV than you do on YouTube, but I mean, YouTube is there's a lot of potential on YouTube for a lot of different things, not just what I do, but just potential in general. So, it's come a long way. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, Alan, I'm gonna let you go. You were the star today on TYPER Troll Friday. I really appreciate you getting up early this morning and calling in. I can tell from the comments that the people are entertained.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and I appreciate all the support you've shown over the years. You've been here a long time. I see you in the comment section pretty much every time I do a live show. It means a lot. It really does. So, again, thank you for that. Thank you for coming on. I hope you have a great Christmas. Tell your family Uncle Lou said good morning. Enjoy the holidays, sir. And, again, thank you for coming on.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you and the Lou's.
All right, Alan. Thank you, buddy. Take it easy. Alan V., the star today on TYPER Troll Friday. Shane Bentley, thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, got to head out this morning. Good to hear from Alan V. Y'all have a good one. Go Dogs. So thank you, Shane. Appreciate that. Aaron Ross, thank you for the super chat, sir. Says, remember how to quit smoke. I forgot about that. I did make a how to quit smoking video, and it's not hard and it's very short if I remember correctly. Let me see if I can find that because I didn't do a video for today because we had Alan coming on. Let me see if I can find that. I forgot all about that video. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. It's 1 minute and 17 seconds long, so I think we can stand to watch this. All right, here we go. God, these old videos are terrible. Jesus. All right, here we go. Again, the title of this video right here, How to Quit Smoking. Okay. I think maybe this is a dramatic reenactment. Here we go.
I quit. Yeah, I quit. Yeah.
I hate. What is this? Makes the individual cup of coffees, but I don't use it. Chocolate mocha, maybe. And it's okay. I drink that. I don't. For a coffee, I don't get it. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, I got all worked up there. I didn't even mean to do that. Kemp beard, you know the people I'm talking about. Peppermint, mock, good to go. So you get up there, you get in line. There's always some friggin' tool bag in front of you in line. It's like, oh yeah, let me get a triple, a triple caramel, peppermint macchiato, non-fat, no whip, espresso, double shot. And you know, and I'm standing behind this guy like I'm gonna look like such a fucking idiot now when I get up here. This fucking, you know the people I'm talking about. These damn tool bags that are up there. They got an iMac under one arm and their man purse slung over the other arm. You know, an unkempt beard. You know the people I'm talking about. You know, and then I get up there and I'm just gonna get me a coffee. I get up there, a coffee, please. And then, you know, the barista, because they're not coffee makers, they're baristas. It's important that you refer to them that way. But you know, you get up there and have a coffee. Well, what size? Oh shit, here we go again. You look on there. There's no small, medium, or large. They can't even make it simple, and they can't even do that. You can't even have small, medium, large size. You have to have these fucking Italian names. Venti, Grande, I mean, I don't even know what the other ones are. You know, I end up turning around and walking away because I don't want to look like an idiot in there. I gotta stop. That's how YouTube gets you. How they keep playing these videos, and then before you know it, you done spend an hour watching YouTube videos, whatever they are. I don't know. Don't care to. Waikiki, thank you for super chat, sir. What's the kids asking for Christmas? Lou Jr. asked for a lot of soccer stuff. Some jerseys that he wants from some of his favorite players. There was a couple of new video games that he wanted. What was the new Star Wars video game, and Madden 2020 I think he asked for too. Some soccer stuff, like I said. What else did he ask for? A lot of soccer stuff. Luann wants a refrigerator for her room. But those mini fridges. What else did she ask for? You know, she's 12 now. She's in 7th grade. She's starting to ask for There's a pair of leggings that she wants. Just leggings. They look like yoga pants to me. I mean, what do I know? Nothing. Lululemon or something is the name brand of them, or whatever. There's no Lululemon store around here. You have to order them online. $118. $118 for a pair of black leggings. But I mean, you know how it is. When I was that age too, I guess it was the same thing. You had to have whatever everyone else had, but it just makes no sense to me. I mean, it's one thing to take her to the mall and buy her a pair of Hollister jeans or something like that. Okay, fine, jeans. Yoga pants for $118. That was hard to swallow. But she wanted that. You guys know what TikTok is? Her and all her friends are all into TikTok. And I guess some of the bigger TikTok type, I guess TikTok is getting to be where people are really taking it serious, kind of like some YouTube people do. So like there's TikTok people who invest in lighting and all this kind of stuff like some YouTube people do. And so there's some TikTok stuff she asked for. Which was cool because at least that's something I know. Like normally it's hard for me to go shopping for my daughter because I don't know anything about that. So I usually do a lot of shopping for my son, and Mrs. Lou will do a lot of the shopping for Luann. So, but because she asked for a lot of like video related stuff for her TikTok, you know, I was able to shop for some of that stuff for her. So I don't know, that was pretty cool. What else did she ask for? Oh, so she's 12 or whatever. So a lot of the stuff she's like clothes and nothing real that exciting. The video stuff, the TikTok stuff. She has 2 guinea pigs. So they apparently needed some stuff too. So guinea pig stuff on the Christmas list. So. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. All right, hey, I'm going to end it. I appreciate you guys watching. Remember, no live streams tomorrow. I'll be out of town. We'll try to get them started up the next Saturday or whatever. But during the week, the live show schedule during the week will be what it is. So. This schedule here next week this will be the schedule, but normally we do the show on Saturday mornings. I won't be doing this show tomorrow because like I said, I'll be out of town and that. Yeah, but appreciate you guys watching though. Have a good morning if you can. I'm pretty sure that you can. This Christmas song ain't played nobody.